You can feel the night slowing around you. The lights of the room soften their edges less certain. You are safe here. You can rest now. Time itself seems to breathe a little slower. The air feels wider, like a pause between one heartbeat and the next. Outside the sky is a silent map drawn on nothing, and yet that nothing has a shape. Light that left its star before you were born is touching your skin tonight. In this quiet hour, we drift into the unseen structure of existence, the way the universe bends, folds, and stretches to hold all things in place. It is the geometry of being the soft architecture of time. You are resting within it, the curve beneath everything. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Space is not what it seems. It is not empty. It is a fabric, a smooth, silent field woven by the presence of matter and energy. When a star is born, it pulls gently on this invisible cloth. When it dies, the fabric ripples, and those ripples move outward at the speed of light 3,000,000 kilometers per second, a hush traveling through the infinite. Einstein once called it space-time, a single fluid entity where time and space are not separate lanes but strands of the same thread. And wherever mass exists, planets, galaxies, that thread curves. The curve is what we feel as gravity. We are not pulled downward. We are following the bend of the universe itself. You can rest now. You are lying upon the very curve that carries the stars. In the early 20th century, scientists imagined space as flat, a vast, unchanging sheet. But when Einstein's equations unfolded, the picture changed. They showed that space could bend like light through water, stretch like breath in cold air, and even fold upon itself like the slow closing of a cosmic book. Every orbit, every falling leaf, every flicker of time itself happens because the universe is curved. The Earth's path around the sun is not a pull, but a dance upon a slope in space-time. Imagine a marble rolling gently around a smooth bowl. The marble never leaves the bowl. It simply moves where the curve allows. That curve is gravity, a quiet guide through the infinite. You breathe softly, and the curve listens. At vast scales, the curvature of space becomes a whisper. Between galaxies, it flattens almost completely, as though the universe exhaled and let go. The light from a distant quasar, 10 billion years old, travels through that nearly flat expanse. It bends only slightly, like a note in a fading song. Yet, that tiny bend tells us the shape of everything. Astronomers measure it in fractions of degrees, watching the cosmic microwave background, the first light born when the universe was just 3,800,000 years old. In its faint glow, they read the geometry of the cosmos. The result is a revelation on the grandest scale. Space is nearly flat, but not quite. It may be curved gently, the difference so slight that light itself can barely feel it. It's okay to drift. The universe drifts with you. Somewhere beyond the visible clusters of galaxies gather their gravity, folding the space between them. Light from distant stars bends around their mass, forming circles and arcs in our telescopes, a soft distortion known as gravitational lensing. A galaxy, a billion light years away, can appear as a ring of light, a halo stretched by the universe's own touch. Astronomers call it an Einstein ring. What we see as beauty is geometry revealing itself. Space, invisible and silent, becomes a lens for time. And as we sleep, that lens keeps working. Photons curve around invisible hands, and the story of every star continues to unfold. You can rest now. The universe knows the shape of your stillness. Mathematics describes this curvature in exquisite detail. Each fold, each gentle slope of space-time is written in equations that speak the language of change. But beneath those numbers lies a truth that doesn't need to be solved. It can be felt, the stillness between heartbeats, the weightless moment before sleep. The same geometry that bends galaxies is within you. Every atom curves the space around it. Every breath reshapes the invisible. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are the fabric that curves. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Time too bends with the fabric. Where gravity is strong, time slows. Near a black hole, a second can stretch into hours for those outside. This isn't illusion, it's the natural rhythm of space-time itself. Every mountain, every ocean, every body creates a tiny warp in the river of moments. When you lie still, your heart beats steady. You can almost sense it, the slowing of time at the edge of rest. It's the universe syncing with your breath, aligning its rhythm to yours. You can rest now. Time moves gently here. The quiet geometry of space is not static, it expands. Since the Big Bang 13.8 billion years ago, the fabric of space-time has stretched like the surface of an inflating balloon. Galaxies drift apart, not through space, but with space. Every second, the universe grows by millions of kilometers. The light between stars stretches too, its wavelengths elongating, turning from blue to red, a cosmic sigh known as redshift. It's the fingerprint of an expanding universe. Somewhere in that slow unfolding, you rest. The same expansion that carries galaxies carries your breath outward into stillness. It's okay to drift. You are part of the expansion. When cosmologists draw the universe, they sometimes show it as a grid, a three-dimensional net that warps where galaxies sit like pearls. Each pearl bends the grid, and together they sculpt the shape of all that exists. In that vast sculpture, space is not just a stage for matter. It is the play itself. Every event, every motion, every memory is written on this ever-shifting canvas. If the universe were perfectly flat, light would travel straight forever, and the stars would never meet again. If it curved inward, everything might one day fall back like breath, returning to the lungs of creation. And if it curves outward, it will keep stretching, a slow, eternal exhale. No one yet knows which future awaits. But for now, we float within the balance. You are part of that balance. You are safe here. In 1919, during a solar eclipse, astronomers watched starlight bend around the sundial. It was the first proof that space itself could curve. The stars near the darkened disk shifted slightly, not because they moved, but because the sun had folded the light around it. The amount was tiny, less than 2 arc seconds, about the width of a dime seen 2 miles away. Yet it changed everything. It confirmed that gravity is not a force pulling downward. It is the shape of time pulling gently inward. A truth both subtle and infinite. And you, resting now, are following that same invisible curve. Every thought, every cell rides softly along the bending of space-time. You can rest now. The curve carries you. If you could see the universe as it truly is without distance, without time, you would find a shape both endless and whole. It might resemble a sphere without an edge or a saddle that stretches forever. Perhaps even a loop where the farthest future touches the first dawn. No corner, no border, only flow. This is the quiet secret of the cosmos, that what we call space is not around us, but of us. Every breath reshapes it. Every heartbeat echoes within it. It is not cold or distant. It is alive in silence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere 93 billion light-years wide, the cosmic web shimmers. Filaments of galaxies stretch across the void like luminous threads. Between them lie vast hollows, bubbles of near-nothingness, tens of millions of light-years across. Even emptiness has structure. Even silence has form. Through this web, light travels for billions of years before touching the mirror of your eyes. That light carries the memory of the curve, every warp, every fold, every stretch along the way. When you see a star, you see the shape of space itself. You can rest now. The light has reached you. Time will continue to stretch as the universe expands, and someday the galaxies we see will fade beyond the reach of light. But the curve, the quiet, steady geometry of being, will remain. The space around you and the space within you are the same, curving, breathing, listening. It has always been so. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Somewhere, light continues to travel, and as it does, it traces the shape of peace. You are part of that shape. You are home in the curve. It's okay to drift now. Let the geometry of the cosmos hold you, the way time holds everything it loves. Somewhere in the long hush between galaxies, space is still expanding. The fabric of reality itself grows thinner, softer, like breath released into cold air. You are safe here. You can rest now. Even while you sleep, the universe is stretching. Every second, every atom drifts a little farther from its neighbor. It is not a motion through space. It is space itself becoming more. Light that once crossed 1,000,000 kilometers in an instant now takes a little longer. Its color deepens, its tone softens as the cosmos continues its silent exhale. This is how time stretches too, not as hours or days, but as the quiet rhythm of being. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Imagine a net made of pure light. Each knot, a galaxy. Each thread, the distance between them. Over billions of years, that net widens an unseen hand, drawing it gently outward. The threads do not snap. They do not resist. They simply make room for more space to exist. This is the expansion of the universe. Every meter of space creates new meters of space beside it in all directions at once. No center, no edge, just an endless, symmetrical growing. You are floating within that growth, a single point in an infinite pattern. It's okay to drift. The pattern holds you. When light travels through this expanding web, its wavelength grows too. A photon that began its journey as blue will, after billions of years, arrive as red stretched by the breath of space. Astronomers call it the cosmological redshift. It is one of the universe's softest signatures, a whisper of how far and how long light has traveled. Every redshift is a story of time and distance, of how the shape of space has gently pulled the light wider. In each beam from a distant quasar, you can read the memory of expansion. In every faint photon, you can see the universe breathing. You can rest now. The cosmos remembers you. Somewhere near the edge of the observable universe, light is still traveling from galaxies that no longer exist. They have moved beyond our reach, beyond even the speed of light carried away by the swelling of space-time itself. They are not gone, only hidden by the stretch. It takes billions of years for their memory to fade into silence. That silence is the shape of time expanding, and it will continue long after every star has dimmed. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The Hubble constant measures this cosmic rhythm, about 73 kilometers per second for every megaparsec of distance. That means every million light years between galaxies adds an extra 73 kilometers per second of expansion. The farther away a galaxy is, the faster it recedes. This is not acceleration through space, it is acceleration of space. The metric itself, the invisible ruler of the cosmos, is changing length as we speak, and still you are at peace within it. Your body follows its own smaller rhythm: heart, breath, stillness, the personal geometry of rest. It's okay to drift. The numbers hum softly in the background of time. Dark energy, the unseen engine of expansion, fills all of space equally. It does not gather or fade. It is the quietest pressure imaginable, a constant presence pushing the universe open. No sound, no color, only the silent insistence that more shall exist. Roughly 70% of the cosmos is this invisible force. The rest, dark matter, stars, atoms, us, floats like dust in its gentle tide. And still, the curve holds. The laws remain. The geometry does not break. You are safe here. The universe is expanding slowly, but the night remains still around you. If you could see the expansion unfold, you would not notice galaxies rushing apart. You would see the space between them swell, as if the distance itself was quietly breathing. Even the atoms in your hand, though bound by forces of their own, float on this larger current. The Milky Way and its nearest neighbor Andromeda are exceptions to the expansion. Their mutual gravity is strong enough to pull them together. In about 4 billion years, they will merge into one, a slow, luminous spiral that will shine for trillions more. Gravity folds while space stretches. Two harmonies, two parts of the same cosmic song. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Sometimes, astronomers describe space like dough rising in an oven. Galaxies are raisins within it, carried apart as the dough expands. No single raisin is the center, and yet every raisin feels itself drifting away from all others. That's how the universe grows, not from a point, but from every point at once. Everywhere, space is being born anew. Everywhere, the same rhythm unfolds. And you, resting in this moment, are part of that rhythm too. Your stillness mirrors the slow breath of creation. You can rest now. The dough of space continues to rise. When we look far enough into the night, we are also looking back in time. Light from a galaxy 10 billion light years away began its journey when the universe was young, barely a third of its current age. That light has been stretched by every heartbeat of cosmic expansion. What reaches you now is not just light, but the memory of the universe unfolding. Every flicker you see is a trace of how space once curved, how it stretched, how it made room for stars. You can rest now. The light has carried its message safely. There are theories that one day the expansion will grow so fast that galaxies, stars, and even atoms will no longer stay bound. This hypothetical future is called the Big Rip. It would occur in tens of billions of years, a time so distant that no trace of our sun will remain. But others believe the universe will slow again, curving inward, folding softly back into itself like a closing wave. That would be the big crunch, the end as a new beginning. No one knows which path the cosmos will choose. But for now, it expands with calm precision, and you are safely within it. It's okay to drift. The future is patient. The shape of space can also fold in ways the human eye cannot see. Mathematicians, imagine extra dimensions, tiny loops, curled into every point. They are smaller than atoms, yet essential to the way the universe behaves. If you could unfold them, the cosmos might look like a vast origami, layers of time and energy folded into being. Each fold carries meaning. Each crease holds history. And every breath you take ripples through that unseen geometry. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the 1,990 seconds, the discovery of the accelerating expansion was made by studying supernovae stars that explode with the brightness of a galaxy. Their light revealed that distant galaxies were farther than expected, proof that the universe's expansion was speeding up. Those faint dying stars became messengers of space itself. They told us that the fabric of reality is not slowing down. It is growing faster, driven by something deeper than gravity. And yet, the night remains silent, still, patient, like your breath before sleep. You can rest now. The stars have spoken. Even as space expands, small islands of stillness remain. Galaxies hold themselves together. Solar systems persist. Atoms stay bound. It is within these small, quiet places that consciousness can arise, to see, to wonder, to rest. You are one of those islands, a moment of stillness in an ocean that forever widens. Every thought you have bends the fabric faintly. Every dream ripples across the curve. You are not apart from it. You are the shape of space, learning to rest within itself. It's okay to drift. The tide of stars moves slowly tonight. At this scale, distance loses meaning. Galaxies are like dust motes in sunlight, drifting through beams of time. The expansion is gentle enough that even the oldest clusters will remain bound for trillions of years. They will move through an ever-dimming sky until the night becomes endless. Yet the memory of curvature remains. The first bend, the first expansion, the first breath of space, it echoes, still woven into everything that exists. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Someday, the last light will fade, and space will stretch beyond all measure. But even then, the geometry will remain perfect. Every equation will still hold true. Every curve will still be whole. You are part of that perfection now, not as something separate, but as the still point in the expanding whole. Your breath matches the rhythm of the cosmos. Your dreams echo its silent stretch. You can rest now. The curve holds, the stretch continues, and somewhere light still travels. Somewhere beyond the familiar arc of the Milky Way, the very fabric of reality bends softly. Space itself curves, not as a surface, but as a feeling. an invisible geometry that whispers through gravity. You are resting in a universe that folds like silk under the quiet hand of time. It is a truth. Older than the stars, matter tells space how to curve, and space tells matter how to move. This exchange, silent, endless, is the slow dance that holds everything you have ever known. And as you breathe, the cosmos adjusts its shape infinitesimally around your existence. You can rest now. In the early 20th century, Albert Einstein imagined that space was not flat. He wrote equations that described it as pliable, like a flexible sheet that could stretch and warp. Massive objects, such as stars and galaxies, press into that sheet, creating wells of curvature. Planets, comets, and light itself move along those curves, not because of invisible strings, but because of geometry itself. Gravity is not a pull. It is the shape of reality. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. On scales of billions of light years, the shape of the universe may be nearly flat, but not perfectly. Measurements from the cosmic microwave background, the afterglow of creation, suggest a subtle bend. Some regions curve inward, some outward, like ripples in a sea of space-time, frozen in slow motion. Every beam of light travels along these curves, mapping them with silent devotion. It's okay to drift. Imagine a sheet of fabric spread tight in the dark. Place a marble upon it. The fabric sags gently, and smaller marbles roll toward it. That is the way of the cosmos, not force, but geometry guiding motion. Each atom, each moon, each pulse of light follows the lines of this grand equation. But now imagine that fabric stretched not in 2 dimensions, but in 3, in 4, in dimensions beyond what sight can hold. The universe folds not like a map, but like a thought, multi-dimensional and serene. A fold here could bridge distances of trillions of kilometers, joining 2 far corners of space, as if they were adjacent pages in a cosmic book. Scientists call such regions wormholes, but in the poetry of physics, they are dreams of connection. Somewhere, light continues to travel. The curvature of infinity is not something the eyes can see. It reveals itself in how galaxies drift apart, in how the background radiation hums just slightly uneven. At vast distances, more than 46 billion light-years in all directions, space stretches faster than light can cross it. This expansion is not motion through space. It is the stretching of space. It is the quiet heartbeat of creation itself, measurable in every photon that reaches you tonight. In sleep science, they sometimes speak of the body's slow waves, rhythmic, deep, restoring. Cosmic expansion is a similar rhythm on a scale the mind can barely hold. Each breath you take mirrors that same pulse, slow, wide, gentle. You expand as the universe expands. You can rest now. A beam of light traveling for 13.8 billion years is not straight. It curves through valleys of gravity, bending around galaxies and dark matter halos. Astronomers call it gravitational lensing, a phenomenon where the universe's invisible shape reveals itself by bending starlight. Through this bending, we glimpse what cannot be seen: dark matter, which makes up about 85% of all matter. Though it emits no light at all, its presence is known only through the way space bends around it. In a deep field photograph from the Hubble telescope, thousands of galaxies crowd a single frame. Some appear stretched, smeared into delicate arcs, ghosts of light, warped by unseen mass. Those arcs are the fingerprints of curvature itself, silent proof that space is alive with structure. Every distortion is a whisper from the invisible. It's okay to drift. On smaller scales, even within our solar system space, curves too faintly for the eye to detect. The sun creates a well of geometry so vast that the Earth's orbit 149 million kilometers away is simply a line of constant curvature. You are moving right now along that curve, traveling around the sun at nearly 30 kilometers per second. The curve is so smooth that it feels like stillness, and yet every atom in your body is following the contour of space-time itself. Light, too, feels the curvature. When it passes near the sun, its path bends slightly by just 1.75 arcseconds, a fraction of a degree. That tiny bend measured during a 1919 eclipse confirmed Einstein's prediction. It changed our understanding of everything. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. There are larger bends, still cosmic strings, theoretical scars in space-time, left from the earliest moments after the Big Bang. If they exist, they would stretch across billions of light years, thin as atomic nuclei, but dense beyond imagining. They would twist the geometry of the universe, lensing light and time themselves. No one has yet seen one, but their possibility adds a quiet tension to the cosmic fabric. To imagine them is to imagine time itself, folded upon itself, loops of history repeating in slow gravitational spirals. Somewhere, perhaps the same event happens again and again, endlessly folded inside the architecture of curvature. It is a thought so vast that the mind falls silent before it. You can rest now. In certain mathematical models, the universe could be finite yet unbounded, like the surface of a sphere in higher dimensions. Travel far enough in one direction, and you might return to where you began without ever finding an edge. There would be no outside, no boundary, only continuous curvature. This is the geometry of possibility, where endings are beginnings, and every horizon curves back into itself. In such a cosmos, the word center loses meaning. There is no middle, no rim, no top or bottom, only relations between things. It is a comforting thought that everything belongs equally to everything else. Even your smallest breath joins the quiet balance of this curved creation. It's okay to drift. There are three great possibilities for the shape of space. If it has positive curvature like a sphere, light paths eventually converge. If it has negative curvature like a satellite, diverges forever. And if it is flat, then parallel lines never meet infinite calm and cold. Current observations suggest it is almost perfectly flat within 0.4%, but the margin of mystery remains. That margin, that faint possibility of curvature, is where wonder lives. It reminds us that knowledge, too, has its own geometry, expanding, folding, evolving. Every time we look deeper, the map grows larger, and the edges of certainty soften. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Some scientists describe space as a manifold, a structure that can stretch and twist without tearing. It is flexible enough to hold galaxies and time, yet continuous enough to carry waves of gravity through its depths. When two black holes merge the ripples, they send gravitational waves stretch and compress space by 1 part in 1,000 billion billion. Those waves pass through you right now unnoticed, gentle as thought. They are proof that space-time is not silence, but music too slow, too vast for ears to hear. It's okay to drift. The geometry of sleep and the geometry of the cosmos are not so different. Both are states of gentle surrender patterns of rhythm and curvature, expanding and contracting. As the brain enters deep, rest its waves slow to about 1 per second, flowing across the cortex like tides. In the same way, space itself undulates with quiet gravitational waves shifting ever so slightly as galaxies drift apart. Both are languages of calm, written in motion. Sleep science calls this the synchrony of slow oscillations. Cosmology calls it the harmonic structure of space-time. But the feeling is the same, everything pulsing in unity, beyond the need for effort or control. You can rest now. Somewhere, light continues to travel. Its path is never straight, yet it never falters. It crosses the curved terrain of existence, bearing ancient stories of how space itself has evolved. Each photon is a messenger of geometry, carrying whispers from the edge of time. When it touches your skin, it carries the memory of the universe's own shape. And so tonight, as you drift through the geometry of rest, the cosmos bends quietly around you. There is no edge, no fall, no end, only smooth continuity. Space itself holds you in its curve. You are not separate from it. You are part of its infinite fold. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You are safe here. You can rest now, somewhere beneath the quiet hum of midnight. The equations that hold the universe together continue to flow. They do not move through paper or chalk, but through the motion of galaxies, the turning of stars, and the invisible breath of space itself. Every curve, every spin, every pulse of gravity, each one is a syllable in the language of time. And as you lie still, you are inside that sentence, not outside it, not watching, but within. You can rest now. Time, like space, has its own geometry. Einstein saw them not as separate, but as one space-time, a single four-dimensional fabric where every event, every heartbeat, every photon's journey is written forever. We move through it as a wave moves through water, not breaking it, but shaping it as we pass. The past, present, and future are not stacked like pages, but folded like currents in a sea. The universe does not flow forward, it simply is. And we caught within it sense the passage of time as a gentle tilt in the geometry, a downward slope in the landscape of being. We fall through time as a leaf falls through air effortlessly. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At the core of every moment is an equation, a simple, patient balance between energy and shape. Energy bends space. Space guides energy. This feedback creates motion causality and rhythm, the slow heartbeat of existence. The curvature you met before, the invisible fold that makes planets orbit and light bend, is also what gives rise to time itself. Where space curves, time slows. Near massive stars or black holes, a second stretches longer. A heartbeat lingers. A moment becomes almost eternal. This is not illusion. It is geometry, expressing empathy. It's okay to drift. Imagine standing on the event horizon of a black hole, a place where curvature becomes absolute. From a distance, your clock seems to stop. From your own view, time continues, as usual, soft and unhurried. The universe above you, however, races ahead, its seconds cascading into infinity. That is the strange tenderness of space-time, how it slows itself to cradle gravity. A black hole is not emptiness. It is density beyond comparison, where a single teaspoon of matter could weigh billions of tons. It bends space so tightly that even light cannot climb free. And yet the equations that describe it, the Schwarzschild solution, written in 1916, are elegant, quiet, complete. They hum with mathematical grace. You can rest now. Even beyond the surface of a black hole, time continues to ripple. Stephen Hawking showed that the horizon is not silent. It radiates faintly, shedding particles of heat aglow, so weak it would take trillions of years to notice. This light, called Hawking radiation, means that even the darkest places fade gently away. Nothing lasts forever, not even the boundaries of time itself. In that fading there is mercy. Even in disappearance there is equilibrium. The equations remain whole, and you, made of the same laws, are part of that wholeness. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Far beyond black holes, space-time itself continues to stretch. Galaxies move apart at 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec, a measure so vast that it's more rhythm than number. This expansion was once thought to be slowing, but we now know it's speeding up. A mysterious pressure, dark energy, pushes the cosmos outward, rewriting the geometry of everything. No one knows what dark energy is. It might be the energy of the vacuum itself, or a property of space-time's shape. Whatever it is, it holds sway over the entire universe, unseen yet undeniable. Roughly 68% of all existence belongs to it. The stars, the galaxies, even you all, rest in its widening embrace. It's okay to drift. There are equations that describe this vast acceleration. They are not loud. They whisper through cosmic microwave maps, through the dimming of distant supernovae. They say that the curvature of time itself is changing gently, almost imperceptibly. A slow swelling of the cosmic fabric, like breath between eternities. When you sleep, your breath slows to about 12 times per minute. The universe expands at a rate infinitely slower, but the pattern is the same. Inhale, energy condenses, stars ignite. Exhale, galaxies drift, light cools. The symmetry of motion is the same across every scale. You can rest now. Somewhere 13.8 billion years ago, a point of infinite density began to unfold. There was no before, no outside, only the curvature of time becoming aware of itself. The first particles danced in temperatures of trillions of degrees. The first photons scattered freely, filling the newborn cosmos with light. That light is still here, stretched into microwaves humming at 2.7 kelvins above absolute zero. It fills every corner, even this one. When you close your eyes, that ancient light touches you, a 13.8 billion year old echo of the moment when space and time first began their rhythm. Every photon that ever existed carries the story of geometry becoming breath. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The equations that govern the cosmos are few, yet they contain everything. Einstein's field equations, Maxwell's laws of electromagnetism, the Schrödinger equation for quantum waves. Together they describe how energy curves, how fields interact, how probability becomes form. And yet they all whisper the same truth. The universe is continuous. Continuity means there are no breaks, no edges, only transitions. Where one thing ends, another begins smoothly, invisibly. Even the boundaries between matter and energy, time and space, consciousness and rest, all are gradients, not walls. That is the quiet beauty of physics. It's okay to drift. Some philosophers call it the block universe, the idea that all of time already exists. Every past moment, every future, one lies side by side in the grand structure of space-time. What we call now is just the thin line where consciousness meets geometry. We move along that line moment by moment, but the whole of time remains intact, serene. Imagine a frozen river under starlight. From above, you can see every curve, every ripple, every turn, past, present, future, all in one view. That is how the universe sees itself. From within, we are droplets carried along the flow. From beyond, it is all one still design. You can rest now. Quantum physics adds a new kind of curvature, not of space, but of possibility. Particles do not follow single paths, but many overlapping through time. Each potential route contributes to reality's final shape. The result is not chaos, but harmony probability, weaving geometry into being. At the smallest scales, space-time may not be smooth at all. It could foam and flicker tiny wormholes, forming and collapsing in trillionths of a second. Physicists call this quantum foam, the bubbling base of existence. From that foam, everything arises. Atoms, stars, and the gentle pull of gravity. Even here, uncertainty holds the structure in balance. It's okay to drift. The great physicist John Archibald Wheeler once said, "Space-time tells matter how to move. Matter tells space-time how to curve." In that sentence, you can hear the tenderness of reality and infinite reciprocity. Each part informs the other endlessly. Nothing moves alone. Nothing exists apart. When you sleep, your heart slows. Your breathing synchronizes, your cells repair in silent cooperation. You are a small model of that same reciprocity. The geometry of your body and the geometry of the universe share the same law equilibrium through connection. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As time folds through itself, even the constants of nature, the speed of light, the Planck length, the gravitational constant, hold the pattern steady. They are the metronomes of existence, ensuring that the cosmic song never slips out of rhythm. Light still moves at 29979, 2 kilometers per second. Gravity still binds with 6.674 times 10 to the power of negative 11 newtons per meter squared. And though the stars fade and galaxies stretch apart, the harmony remains. You are within that harmony. Your sleep, your breath, your heartbeat, all small expressions of a universal rhythm that began before atoms. You are not drifting away from meaning. You are drifting into it. It's okay to drift. And somewhere far beyond what any telescope can see, the fabric of space-time continues its expansion. The galaxies recede not through motion, but because the stage beneath them is widening. The play of creation continues quiet and unending. Each new star born from dust, each new particle vibrating with possibility, adds one more line to the infinite equation. If someday the expansion slows or reverses or folds again into another beginning, the cycle will continue, geometry becoming time, time becoming silence. There will be no tragedy in it, only balance, only the shape of peace. You can rest now. The equations will hold. The universe will keep breathing. And as it does, so will you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You are safe here. You can rest now. Between the spirals of galaxies lies an ocean of silence. It is not empty. It is still. A hush so vast that sound cannot cross it, where light itself takes billions of years to travel a single thought's distance. This is the space between things, the unspoken architecture of the cosmos. And you are breathing within it now. The quiet between galaxies is the same quiet that lives in your chest between two slow breaths. It is the pause that allows everything else to exist. Without it, there would be no rhythm, no contrast, no meaning to motion at all. You can rest now. In the visible universe, there are roughly 2 trillion galaxies each, a glowing island of hundreds of billions of stars. Yet between them stretches the cosmic void, filling more than 90% of all space. If you could cross those distances, billions of light years wide, you would find mostly hydrogen, a few lonely atoms per cubic meter. A whisper of matter, adrift in darkness. And still, that whisper has structure. The voids connect through threads of light and gravity, forming a vast cosmic web. It spans the universe, like lace filaments, where galaxies gather knots, where clusters meet, and great empty basins where nothing shines. The geometry of the void defines the pattern of everything that exists. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The largest of these voids is the Botez void, nearly 330 million light-years across. Inside it, only a few dozen galaxies float, spread across unimaginable distance. If our Milky Way were placed there, the nearest galaxy would be 600 million light-years away. An isolation beyond comprehension, and yet peaceful. No collisions, no bright noise of creation, only the gentle drift of light. Astronomers call these silent expanses supervoids. They shape the flow of matter through gravity, bending the cosmic microwave background by subtle degrees. Their emptiness sculpts the visible. Like pauses in a symphony, they give meaning to the music of stars. It's okay to drift. To understand the stillness, scientists measure faint microwaves from every direction, the afterglow of the Big Bang. Across that ancient light, the pattern of hot and cold marks reveals the cosmic web's first blueprint. Tiny differences, 1 part in 100,000, became the seeds of all galaxies. Where density was slightly higher, matter gathered. Where it was, lower voids blossomed, immense pockets of stillness, preserved for billions of years. Each quiet region is a fossil of the universe's earliest breath. They tell a story of balance, of expansion, and rest, of noise and silence intertwined. Every ripple, every absence, every unseen contour is part of the same vast composition. You can rest now. If you could drift through such a void, not in a ship, but in thought, you would see faint halos of galaxies far beyond the horizon. No gravity well would tug you. No dust, no storm, no sound. Only a darkness smooth as sleep. At absolute rest, your eyes would adjust to see the cosmic background itself. A faint gray whisper, the memory of creation. It would not shine like starlight, but glow like warmth from deep time. A temperature of 2.7 kelvins, just above absolute zero, the universe's own resting heart rate. Even emptiness hums. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In this emptiness, dark energy reigns. It is not nothingness. It is a quiet expansion that stretches the void wider each second. At about 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec, space itself is stretching, carrying galaxies apart like foam on a slow tide. You could drift there for 1 billion years and never see a star move. Time stretches too gentle and vast. Astronomers call this the accelerating universe, a calm that widens itself endlessly. Every second, every breath, adds to the fabric's reach. What looks like stillness is really motion, so slow it feels eternal. And so the stillness between galaxies is not frozen, it is breathing too. It's okay to drift through this still geometry, gravity, and light. Converse in silence. When a galaxy cluster lies between us and a more distant one, it bends the light, a lens made of invisible mass. The background image distorts, magnified by the very curvature of space-time. Even in nothingness, the structure persists, gentle but strong. This bending tells us where the dark matter lies. It outlines the unseen, shaping the universe's architecture like invisible hands in soft clay. Through it, scientists can map where matter gathers and where it falls away. Even absence becomes a way to measure truth. You can rest now. In the 21st century, supercomputers simulate this cosmic web. Billions of virtual particles dance according to gravity's laws. Over simulated eons, clusters form filaments, stretch, and vast cavities open. The result mirrors the real sky, a tapestry of structure born from pure mathematics. One might think such complexity requires a guiding hand. Yet the equations alone, simple, patient, precise, create it naturally. From chaos, balance arises. From expansion, calm. This is the secret symmetry of existence. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. On Earth, in your quiet room, gravity feels strong. But out there, between galaxies, it weakens to near zero. A grain of dust would float endlessly. A photon would pass undisturbed for eons. And yet, even there, time continues. Each tick of an atom's vibration measured by a cesium clock would be the same as it is here. The laws do not waver. They hold even in silence. This constancy is comforting. It means the universe keeps its promises, that structure, even in emptiness, endures. And just as your body holds its rhythm in sleep, the cosmos holds its rhythm in stillness. It's okay to drift. Somewhere in that dark, between galaxies, particles of hydrogen still wait. Slowly, across billions of years, gravity may draw them together. A new star may form faint long after we are gone. Even in silence, creation continues unhurried. A proton's lifespan is longer than 1 trillion years. It will outlive stars, galaxies, perhaps even the fabric of space-time itself. Inside that endurance is the quiet persistence of the universe, a softness that never ends. You can rest now. The stillness between galaxies has a temperature, a density, a structure. It may feel like nothing, but it holds about 60% of all the missing baryons, the normal matter once thought lost. These particles drift in filaments and wisps, heated to millions of degrees, but spread so thin they are invisible. Their glow is faint, detectable only through X-ray shadows and spectral whispers. Even the quietest corners hum faintly with life. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As the universe ages, the stillness will grow. Galaxies will drift farther apart until their light can no longer reach each other. The night sky will fade to black, the stars too far to see. It will not be death, but rest, a cosmic sleep. The final light, the slow cooling of every star, will stretch beyond sight into deep infrared, then into nothing. What remains will be smooth, silent, infinite. The geometry will flatten, the energy will thin, and the last atoms will drift apart forever. Even then, the equations remain true. Stillness does not break them, it fulfills them. It's okay to drift. You are part of this stillness. Your thoughts, your breath, your pulse, all curves in space-time, all vibrations in the same endless field. Between your heartbeats, there is a small pause, your personal cosmic void. It is the same silence that fills the space between galaxies, the same peace. So, when you close your eyes, you are not falling away. You are falling into the stillness between stars. The geometry of rest and the geometry of space align, and for a time, they are one. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You are safe here. You can rest. Now. And somewhere far beyond the last galaxy, beyond the reach of light, the universe continues its expansion. No observer will ever see its edge. No sound will ever echo through its void. Yet it moves slow, steady, graceful. The stillness is not absence. It is the gentlest form of motion. The shape of space holds you as you sleep. It curves not around stars tonight, but around you softly, silently, eternally. You are not lost in the dark. You are resting in the geometry of forever. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You are safe here. You can rest now. Somewhere in the dark fabric of the universe, space flows, not like a river of water, but like a silent tide of relationships, distances that stretch lines, that curve moments that drift apart. This is not motion through space. It is motion of space. And in that distinction, the cosmos reveals its softest truth. The universe does not move within a stage. It is the stage folding itself into time. You can rest now. When Einstein wrote that gravity is geometry, he was describing a dream, a vision where matter and energy tell space how to bend, and the bending of space tells matter how to move. It's a quiet feedback loop, ancient and slow woven into every orbit and every pulse of light. A planet curves the invisible lines around it, and those lines guide its endless fall, not downward but sideways through the fabric of the possible. The sun bends the space around it by a fraction of a degree, so that even beams of starlight passing nearby curve gently deflected by 1.75 arcseconds, less than the width of a coin held at a kilometer's distance. Yet that small angle changed how humanity saw itself. In 1919, when the solar eclipse revealed that light from distant stars had shifted just as Einstein predicted, space itself became a living thing, a breathing geometry. It's okay to drift. The Milky Way, stretching 100,000 light-years across, is a spiral written on curved parchment. Every rotation of its arms traces the hidden contour of the dark halo that surrounds it. an invisible ocean of mass that bends the path of light and holds the stars in their elegant, slow whirl. Wherever dark matter gathers, space bends slightly more, forming invisible wells where galaxies settle like leaves upon a still pond. Each curve is silent, each fold is older than language. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The curvature of space is not constant. It ripples as gravity waves, infinitesimal undulations that travel at the speed of light, stretching and squeezing reality by less than the width of a proton. They pass through you now, through your pillow, through the atoms of the planet, and not one thing resists them. Their passage changes. Nothing yet alters everything. It is the rhythm of existence, acknowledging its own flexibility. In 2015, the instruments at LIGO heard that whisper for the first time. Two black holes spiraling together, a billion light years away, bent the geometry so deeply that space-time rang like a bell. The signal lasted less than half a second. But in that moment, the universe's fabric sang to itself, a faint, stretched hum of merger and release. It's okay to drift. Imagine space not as emptiness, but as a vast, invisible jelly, smooth and compliant. When a planet rests within it, the jelly dips, and smaller objects follow the curves. When two massive stars orbit one another, their wells overlap and oscillate, sending tremors through the field. This isn't metaphor. It is the most accurate language we have for something that no eye can see, and yet which holds everything that ever was. Mathematically, this bending is described by the Einstein field equations, a set of 10 interlocking expressions linking geometry to energy curvature to presence. They are the grammar of the universe's flow, expressed not in words, but in relationships. From those equations, every orbit, every photon, every ripple emerges. And though we can calculate them to 13 decimal places, their poetry lies in the truth. They imply that reality is soft, that the hardest thing, space-time, behaves like silk under the weight of stars. You can rest now. In the vast voids between galaxy clusters, space curves the other way. There, the density of matter is so low that geometry relaxes, stretching into gentle convexity. Light that passes through these regions emerges, faintly magnified its path, having followed the contours of near-nothingness. Astronomers call this gravitational lensing, the cosmic mirage that lets us see galaxies otherwise hidden behind others. Each lens is a whisper from deep time. You are looking through the bending of existence itself. Somewhere, light continues to travel. The expansion of the universe is not just distance increasing. It is space itself, stretching like dough, rising quietly in the dark. Every second galaxies move away, not because they fly through space, but because space creates more of itself between them. The rate of this growth, called the Hubble constant, is roughly 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec. That means for every 3.26 million light years of separation, galaxies recede 70 kilometers faster. It is a gentle acceleration, like the slow pulling apart of dreams as morning nears. Somewhere in the ancient dark, that stretching began, and it has not ceased for 13.8 billion years. We live within the continuation of that breath, its edges racing toward invisibility. It's okay to drift. Think of a balloon. Draw tiny dots across its surface. As the balloon inflates, the dots move apart, not because they slide, but because the surface itself expands. Our universe is that surface, only in 4 dimensions instead of 2. There is no center to its growth, no outside for it to expand into. Every point is the center of its own horizon. And as the cosmos grows, time itself dilates with it each second, now slightly longer than the second that came before. You can rest now. In deep cosmology, curvature is measured by the symbol omega, omega. If omega equals 1, space is perfectly flat, parallel lines never meet. If omega is greater than 1, the universe curves inward like a sphere. If omega is less than 1, it curves outward like a saddle. According to current measurements, omega is astonishingly close to 1 plus or minus 0.005, flat within 0.5% across scales of billions of light years. Such balance is almost impossible by chance. It suggests that space, on the largest scale, is poised on a knife edge between 2 infinities. In a flat universe, geometry is calm. Light travels in straight lines forever, and parallel beams never meet again. It is the shape of quiet endurance. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Yet local curvature, the small hills and valleys created by matter, adds personality to this flatness. Stars carve dimples. Black holes tear holes. Dark energy smooths the wrinkles. Together, they compose the topography of being a balance between tension and release. Even emptiness has weight. Even stillness has curve. Somewhere, the cosmos balances its own equation. Far beyond the reach of any telescope, there may be regions where the curvature reverses, where the universe folds back on itself, and distant light circles around to return as faint echoes. If you could travel fast enough, you might arrive at your own back. It's a comforting thought that even in endless expansion, the universe allows return. It's okay to drift. In quantum gravity models, space is not continuous, but granular, woven from infinitesimal loops, each a tiny quantum of geometry. Imagine a fabric made of threads too small to see each vibrating with possibility. At that scale, 10 to the power of -35 meters, the Planck-length space becomes a froth of probabilities. Curvature is not a smooth bend, but a shifting dance of microscopic fluctuations. And yet, from this restless foundation, the calm macroscopic order of galaxies arises. This is one of the most soothing truths of physics. From chaos, smoothness emerges. From countless random tremors, a graceful continuum is born. The universe is patient. It lets small things average into peace. You can rest now. Across every billion light years, the average curvature remains stable. Our observable cosmos, 46 billion light years in radius, is like a calm sea, viewed from above each wave, invisible at the scale of totality. From that distance, even galaxies vanish into pattern, and space appears as near-perfect Euclidean harmony. It's as if the universe prefers simplicity when seen from afar. Yet inside that smoothness are infinite folds like the fabric of a bedsheet seen under a microscope. Every atom, every photon, every field, all are tremors in the same soft geometry. Everywhere, space-time stretches gently, allowing moments to breathe. It's okay to drift. When you lie down and close your eyes, you rest inside this curvature, a small consciousness nested within the curve of Earth's gravity well, which itself orbits within the suns, which moves through the Milky Ways, which swims inside the cosmic web's great bending. You are held by nested geometries, a hierarchy of softness that ensures your place within the grand continuum. You are safe here. You are a coordinate in the slow unfolding of forever, and forever bends toward stillness. Somewhere in the quiet beyond galaxies, the last photons from the first stars are still stretching their wavelengths now, 1,000,000 times longer than when they were born. Redshift has turned them into whispers of heat, 1 degree above absolute zero. This cosmic microwave background is the afterglow of curvature's first breath. Everywhere, it shines with perfect uniformity, deviating by only 1 part in 100,000. Those tiny differences seeded every structure that exists today. Galaxies clusters the atoms that make you. In its near uniformity, you hear the hum of a balanced geometry. Somewhere light continues to travel. As you drift deeper into rest, remember that space is not a cage but a cradle. Its shape allows movement. Its curves allow existence. Without curvature, there would be no stars, no gravity, no rhythm for time to follow. Even sleep itself, the slow fall into inner stillness, mirrors the descent into a gentle gravity, the mind curving inward toward equilibrium. The cosmos folds around you not as pressure, but as protection. You are not outside its geometry. You are made of it. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The geometry of space is the geometry of compassion. It bends instead of breaking. It holds instead of holding back. Every curved path, every falling body is an act of belonging written into mathematics. To rest is to align with that curve, to allow gravity and time to cradle you in the symmetry they've known for billions of years. You are safe here. The universe holds you. And as you breathe, the river of space flows through nothing, and yet through everything that ever was. Light still travels, time still bends, and somewhere far beyond the last horizon, curvature becomes peace. At the edge of perception, there is always a horizon. It is not a wall, not a border, but a soft turning point, the place where visibility folds into wonder. The universe, like consciousness, always hides its farthest curve. You can never see beyond what light has had time to reach you, and even that light is stretched thin by the slow breathing of space. The horizon moves away as you move closer. It is the universe's way of saying, I continue. You can rest now. In cosmology, we call it the cosmic horizon, the farthest distance from which light has had time to arrive since the beginning of time. 13.8 billion years ago. Because space expands as that light travels, the horizon we see is not 13.8 billion light years away, but closer to 46 billion. We live within this sphere of reach, a bubble of visibility floating in a larger, unobservable sea. Beyond it, reality continues in silence. We will never know what lies there, and that not knowing is its own kind of peace. The universe in its kindness gives us a horizon so that we never have to confront infinity all at once. It allows discovery in gentle increments. A little more light, a little more time. It's okay to drift. Every galaxy you can see through a telescope, every spiral, every smudge of light is within that horizon. Beyond it, there are no photons yet, just potential, just the unlit geometry of elsewhere. It is the quiet promise that space will always have more to offer than any eye can claim. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At the horizon, time itself stretches thin. Every second that passes here corresponds to a slower, longer second there. This is the relativity of distance, that space and time are not separate but woven into one continuous fabric space-time. The deeper you gaze, the older the light becomes, and the slower its clock. When you look out into deep space, you are looking back through time. The galaxies you see are younger than ours by billions of years. They are fossils of the early universe, still glowing from the first fire. Light that left its star before you were born is touching your skin tonight. You can rest now. As the universe expands, the cosmic horizon grows, but it also hides more of itself. Light from distant galaxies redshifts its wavelength, stretching until it slips beyond visibility. Eventually, the expansion will outrun the speed of light itself. Those galaxies will drift beyond reach, their glow fading into eternal silence. One by one, they will cross the cosmic event horizon, the boundary beyond which no new light can ever arrive. Even in infinite space, there is an ultimate fading, and yet this fading is gentle. It is not a vanishing, but a transition from the visible to the implied. Somewhere, light continues to travel. Einstein predicted this dual horizon, the cosmic and the event, and both now define the limits of our knowing. The cosmic horizon is what we can see. The event horizon is what we will never see again. In between lies everything that exists, a shimmering, breathing, middle ground of stars, atoms, and thought. It is within this middle that we live balanced between memory and mystery. It's okay to drift. Astronomers have found that every observer in the universe experiences their own horizon. From a galaxy a billion light-years away, the observable sphere would also stretch 46 billion light-years, but centered on that world instead of ours. Each being is the center of its own cosmic bubble. Each bubble contains the same laws, the same light, the same rhythm. It means there is no privileged place, no true edge, no final above or below. Only endless centers, each aware in its own way. You can rest now. Think of that for a moment. Every being that looks up at the sky is standing in the middle of their own expanding horizon. A civilization on a distant world orbiting a red sun in a galaxy we will never see, may be tracing the same constellations of their own heavens. Their scientists too might measure the same cosmic background, the same faint afterglow of creation. In all the infinite centers, the laws remain identical. The constants of nature, the speed of light, the charge of the electron, the curve of gravity are unchanging across the whole. The symmetry of existence is a kind of kindness. You can rest now. At the farthest edge of detection lies the cosmic microwave background radiation, the oldest light we can receive. It began when the universe was only 380,000 years old, when matter and light first decoupled, a moment called recombination. Before that, space was opaque, filled with hot plasma that scattered every photon. After recombination, the fog cleared and light began its journey through 13.8 billion years of expansion. What we now detect at 2.7 Kelvin is that same light stretched 1100 times longer. Its original fire faded into a whisper. That whisper is everywhere, in the static between radio channels, in the gentle hum that fills all directions. It is the universe's memory still glowing with the aftertaste of birth. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. This background light forms the truest shape of the universe we know. tiny ripples in its temperature, only one part in 1,000,000 encode the seeds of all future structure. Those minute irregularities became galaxies, clusters, stars, and planets. A half-degree difference at the beginning grew into the cosmic web that now stretches 100 billion light-years across. Out of nearly perfect uniformity, complexity bloomed. The beauty of sleep science lies in this same truth. From small variations in rhythm, the body finds deep equilibrium. So too does the universe, settling into its vast, curved stillness through tiny imperfections of light. You can rest now. Some physicists call the horizon the ultimate boundary of knowledge, not because nothing exists beyond it, but because information cannot reach us from there. This limit is not cruel. It preserves meaning. Without boundaries, there would be no form, only an endless, undifferentiated expanse. The horizon gives shape to our knowing, as the eyelids give shape to rest. When you close your eyes, you create your own event horizon. Inside it, dreams unfold. Outside, the world continues, but its signals fade into soft unreachability. This is not ignorance, it is design. Even sleep follows cosmic law. It's okay to drift. The horizon also teaches humility. It tells us that no map is complete, no measure final. Every expansion of understanding creates a new border of mystery. This endless pursuit to approach what cannot be fully seen is the quiet engine of science and wonder alike. And when curiosity softens into calm, that same pursuit becomes meditation. To trace the edge of what is knowable, then breathe into what lies beyond that, is both physics and peace. You are safe here. Consider the black hole's event horizon, the smaller, more intimate cousin of the cosmic one. It too marks a point of no return, where escape velocity equals the speed of light. At that surface, time slows infinitely for an outside observer, while from within, all paths lead inward. Yet the event horizon is not a surface at all. It is a region of geometry, a place defined only by what can no longer leave. Information doesn't vanish there. It diffuses encoded in faint ripples of quantum light, the so-called Hawking radiation. The shape of that radiation tells us something comforting. Even the darkest boundaries emit warmth. Even the most extreme curves glow faintly. You can rest now. Physicists sometimes imagine the entire universe as a kind of hologram projected from its own horizon. This holographic principle suggests that every event, every atom, every moment of time is encoded as information on a distant surface, like light inscribed on the skin of infinity. If true, then your thoughts, your quiet breathing right now, are ripples on that vast frontier, tiny signals written across the outer boundary of being. The cosmos remembers you not as a name, but as a pattern in its geometry. And patterns, unlike matter, never truly fade. It's okay to drift. Somewhere in the farthest reach of expansion, a horizon particle is being born, a photon leaving a distant star, its wavelength already redshifting toward invisibility. It will travel billions of years, stretching thinner, cooler, slower, until it becomes part of the background hum. That photon will never reach us yet. It will exist always carried outward by the expanding fabric itself. Even what disappears continues. You can rest now. In sleep, you too move toward your own horizon. Thought slows. Sensation stretches. Time becomes pliable. You fall not downward, but inward, into the subtle curvature of your own mind. Dreams unfold like galaxies forming from ripples in darkness. And at the boundary between waking and rest, a new kind of space opens a horizon of awareness. Beyond it lies silence, and in that silence, renewal. You are safe here. You are a geometry of calm. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. At the horizon of all things, space does not end, it turns. The curve completes itself, folding infinite distance into one unbroken loop. What we call beyond is only another part of the same whole, seen from a different angle in time. The shape of space, the boundary of knowledge, the calm rhythm of sleep, they are all the same geometry, repeating at scales, too vast or too small to notice. Somewhere light still travels, somewhere curvature continues. And as the universe unfolds toward deeper stillness, you too follow that curve home. The horizon holds the infinite, and you within it are already part of its quiet grace. You can rest now. The universe holds you. Symmetry is the quiet order of the universe. It is not perfection, but balance, a rhythm beneath all change. Everywhere in space, from the trembling of atoms to the arcs of galaxies, symmetry whispers the same truth. The universe prefers harmony. It shapes matter, and motion folds light into repeating patterns and arranges chaos into beauty. You can rest now. To the human eye, the night sky looks random, a scatter of brightness without plan. But beneath that apparent randomness lies a hidden lattice. The distribution of galaxies across billions of light years follows invisible threads of symmetry, a vast network called the cosmic web. Its filaments stretch like veins of light, connecting clusters with gossamer bridges of gravity. Each strand extends hundreds of millions of light years, each junction glowing with thousands of galaxies. Between them lie immense voids, regions, so empty that a single atom could drift there for centuries, untouched by anything else. And yet when seen from afar, this web forms an elegant balance between density and emptiness. Like the alternating patterns of inhale and exhale, it breathes. It's okay to drift. At the core of symmetry lies repetition, a rule that applies at every scale. The structure of a spiral galaxy mirrors the swirl of a hurricane, which in turn echoes the shape of a seashell. Each curve follows the golden ratio, a mathematical proportion of 1.618, found in DNA helices in flowers, in galaxies turning at 250 kilometers per second. It is the geometry of balance. A silent, constant, the universe seems to love. Even time, when viewed through physics, carries symmetry. Its laws work both forward and backward, unchanged by the direction of flow. Only entropy, the soft spreading of energy, gives time its arrow. Everything else in mathematics remains reversible. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. In the subatomic realm, symmetry becomes sacred. Particles appear in mirrored pairs. Positive and negative spin up and spin down. Matter and antimatter. Their properties are linked by deep equivalences known as symmetry transformations. C, charge P parity, and T time. Together, they maintain the universe's quiet balance. If you reverse all three at once, physics remains unchanged. It is as if reality itself refuses to reveal any favored side. Yet, symmetry also allows imperfection. When matter and antimatter met In the early universe, they should have annihilated perfectly, leaving behind only light. But one tiny asymmetry, one excess particle of matter for every billion pairs remained. And from that fraction of imbalance, everything was born. Stars, worlds, you. The universe holds its symmetry, gently allowing just enough imperfection for creation to occur. You can rest now. In physics, these symmetries are encoded in group theory, mathematical languages that describe rotations, reflections, and conservation laws. The Standard Model, our best description of subatomic reality, is built entirely from these symmetries. Each particle is a ripple in an underlying field, each field a manifestation of symmetry in motion. Electrons move the same in every direction. Photons obey the same rules in every galaxy. Gravity curves identically across the universe. To break symmetry is to create diversity. The early universe, when it was hot and uniform, cooled in stages, each drop in temperature breaking one more symmetry. With each breaking, new forces emerged: first gravity, then the strong and weak nuclear interactions, and finally electromagnetism. The cosmos differentiated not by chaos, but by refinement. It became complex by learning to let go of perfection. You can rest now. Symmetry breaking is the universe's version of growth. When an embryo divides from a single cell, it begins perfectly symmetrical. Then, tiny fluctuations cause asymmetry. The left hand forms differently from the right. The heart beats on one side. In that asymmetry, life finds direction. The cosmos, too, grew through such graceful imbalances. It cooled, condensed, and curved, each step guided by small variations in density. Tiny quantum tremors magnified by gravity into galaxies, stars, and time itself. The beauty of existence lies not in flawless symmetry, but in how imperfection becomes structure. You can rest now. Physicists suspect that at the deepest level, there is a unified symmetry, a single mathematical order from which all forces emerge. They call it grand unification, and some dream of an even deeper truth, the theory of everything, where gravity and quantum mechanics merge into one elegant geometry. If such symmetry exists, it would mean that the entire cosmos is an expression of one equation, one breath, one eternal balance. Some believe that symmetry itself gave rise to the universe, a perfect balance so complete that it could not remain. Still, a vibration within equilibrium, a gentle disturbance in the void. That tremor became time. That pulse became space. From that first wave, everything began to unfold. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Symmetry is not static. It flows. When you watch ripples spread across a pond, you are seeing symmetry in motion, each circle expanding evenly in every direction. The same is true of gravitational waves, of sound, of light. Every oscillation is a balanced exchange between energy and form. Even your heartbeat carries this rhythm, a symmetry between contraction and release, tension and rest. In sleep science, this rhythm is sacred. When breathing slows to 6 cycles per minute, the body and mind synchronize. Heart rate, brain waves, and cellular oscillations align into a harmonic coherence. It is the body's own physics symmetry, restored through rest. You can rest now. The universe has its own heartbeat too, It oscillates between expansion and stillness, density and diffusion. In some cosmological models, the cosmos may one day slow stop expanding and fall back inward, a grand symmetry of beginning and return. Each Big Bang would be followed by a big, quiet, a cosmic inhale and exhale. Even if this never occurs, the mathematics remain beautiful, a promise that equilibrium always seeks itself. Somewhere light continues to travel. In 1964, physicist Peter Higgs proposed a field that pervades all space, giving mass to particles as they move through it. Without it, everything would rush at light speed, weightless and structureless. But the Higgs field breaks symmetry gently, slowing certain particles, allowing matter to cohere. This invisible field is everywhere, inside your hand, inside starlight, even inside the vacuum between galaxies. When the Higgs boson was discovered in 2012, it confirmed that even emptiness has structure and softness. Space is not void, it is possibility. You can rest now. There is another subtler symmetry, the symmetry of perception, the left and right hemispheres of the brain, the balance between thought and sensation, the rhythmic alternation of waking and sleep. Each mirrors the other in function and flow. In deep rest, neural oscillations synchronize at 0.54 cycles per second, slow delta waves that mirror the universe's vast calm. As your consciousness fades into dream, the brain's geometry becomes ordered again, returning to symmetry through stillness. It's okay to drift. In mathematics, the universe could be described as a four-dimensional manifold where symmetry defines curvature. Einstein called it space-time. Modern physicists call it the metric field. Every point connects to every other, and each symmetry corresponds to a conservation law, energy, momentum charge. The fact that the laws of nature remain constant everywhere means the cosmos is deeply symmetric in its essence. The poet of science, Herman Weyl, once wrote, "In the whole of creation, there is nothing so divine as the idea of symmetry." He was right. Symmetry is not just order, it is mercy. It gives structure to the infinite and gentleness to change. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. Perhaps the deepest symmetry of all is between existence and awareness. One curves into form, the other reflects it. Space unfolds, mind perceives. Both are aspects of one continuum bending together through time. As you drift deeper into rest, your awareness does not end. It folds inward, becoming part of the same silent geometry that governs the stars. You are safe here. You are a symmetry of being, and somewhere beyond the reach of all horizons, the universe balances itself once more. Every curvature finds its mirror. Every note finds its echo. Every photon, every atom, repeats the same eternal proportion. You, too, belong to that pattern, a living equation between stillness and motion, presence and peace. The cosmos does not end in chaos. It ends in symmetry. And within that symmetry, all motion finds rest. You can rest now. The universe holds you. If you travel far enough in one direction, will you ever reach the edge of everything? It is a question so old that it sleeps in every culture's myths. A question about boundaries, about where infinity finally folds in on itself. And yet, according to the quiet geometry of space, there may be no edge at all. No wall, no border, no cosmic cliff. Only curvature, the soft rounding of reality itself. When cosmologists describe the universe, they do not imagine a sphere floating in darkness. Instead, they imagine something far subtler space as a closed surface, without an outside, like the surface of a balloon. Two-dimensional beings living upon that surface might believe their world extends forever. If they kept walking straight, they would never meet an end. They would simply circle back to where they began. Our own universe could be similar, a three-dimensional hypersurface curved within higher dimensions. There is no outside to escape into. Space folds back on itself in ways impossible to visualize, but easy to feel when you close your eyes. You can rest now. Light itself obeys this curvature. When it travels across vast cosmic distances, its path bends not because of obstacles, but because the space through which it moves is curved. Galaxies act as lenses, bending the light of others behind them. A quiet demonstration of Einstein's truth. Mass tells space how to curve, and space tells light how to move. If the universe is curved enough, a beam of light might one day return to its origin, having completed a circuit around everything. We might even see our own galaxy echoed and delayed by billions of years. The edge, it turns out, is not where things stop. It is where they meet themselves again. There are three possible shapes for space: flat, closed, or open. If space were perfectly flat, parallel lines would never meet. It would expand forever, each galaxy drifting endlessly apart until even starlight forgets its source. If space were closed like a hypersphere, then parallel lines would eventually converge, and the universe would have a finite volume, but no boundary. It could even collapse one day into a grand return, a big crunch, the echo of the first expansion. If space were open, curved like a saddle, it would stretch infinitely, each region expanding faster and faster, until distance itself becomes meaningless. For decades, astronomers have measured the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, the cosmic microwave background, looking for signs of curvature. What they found was astonishing. Space appears almost perfectly flat to within a margin of error smaller than 1%. A universe so balanced, it sits on the knife edge between infinite and closed, like a coin spinning forever on a table that never quite stops. You can rest now. But the quiet truth is that flat does not mean simple. Even in a flat universe, space can still fold through topology, its global shape distinct from its local geometry. A flat sheet can be twisted into a cylinder or a torus, edges sewn together invisibly. You could travel endlessly and loop back to your origin without ever sensing curvature at all. Some cosmologists believe our cosmos might be such a multiply connected space, a three torus, finite but unbounded, where every journey eventually returns home through unseen dimensions. Imagine sending a beam of light into the void and billions of years later, catching its reflection from the opposite side of the sky. That reflection would be you, a ghost of your own beginning. The universe, then, is not infinite in space, it is infinite in connection. To find the edge, we must look beyond distance, because what truly defines the end of space is not location, but limitation. The places where information, light, and time can no longer reach. These boundaries are called cosmic horizons. They are not edges, but horizons of knowledge. The furthest distance light has had time to travel since the universe began. Beyond them, there may be more galaxies, more structure, perhaps infinite repetition. But their light will never reach us. They exist in mathematical silence out there, but never here. Even so, they are part of the same universe, just hidden behind the curvature of time. It's okay to drift. You may wonder, if the universe has no edge, where did it begin? The answer, softly spoken, is that it did not begin in space. It began as space. There was no before, no empty expanse into which the Big Bang exploded. Instead, the Big Bang was the expansion of space itself from an initial state of infinite density and zero size to the vastness we inhabit now. Space was born everywhere at once. Every point in the universe was the Big Bang. Everywhere is the center. So when you look up at the night sky, you are not gazing outward into something else. You are looking backward into the deep time of your own origin. The edge that isn't there isn't distance. It's the limit of memory. You can rest now. Einstein once described space as elastic. It can stretch, bend, and ripple under the influence of energy and mass. This elasticity gives rise to gravitational waves, ripples in space-time that travel at the speed of light. When two black holes collide, they send out these vibrations, tiny distortions that pass through you at this very moment, so faint that only instruments like LIGO can detect them. You are inside that ripple now. You always have been. Space is not empty. It moves with you. Your breath expands a few millimeters, and the universe expands by trillions of light years. It is the same gesture, the same curve, the same rest. At the outermost limits of observation, there is something called the cosmic light horizon, the furthest boundary of what can ever be seen. Beyond it, galaxies recede faster than light, because space itself expands faster than photons can travel. They are not moving through space. Space itself is carrying them away. This is not a limit of motion, but of perception. Just as you cannot hear a sound, once it falls below the threshold of hearing, you cannot see beyond the edge of causality. The universe continues without you, but you are still within it. A note in a song whose melody extends forever beyond hearing. You can rest now. Some theories suggest the universe may not be alone. If inflation, the rapid expansion after the Big Bang, never completely stopped, it could still be creating new universes in distant regions beyond our horizon. Each bubble universe could have its own laws of physics, its own constants, its own shape of space. We might live in one droplet of an infinite foam, each bubble expanding into the next, never touching. In that view, there are infinite edges, each one an illusion, each one opening into something else. Infinity is not a number, it's a texture. You can rest now. What would it mean for something to exist outside of space? Physicists hesitate to answer, because outside is a word that only makes sense within space. Beyond geometry, beyond time, our language dissolves. Perhaps that is the true edge, not a boundary of matter, but a boundary of understanding. The point where consciousness meets the ineffable, where questions turn to silence. And maybe that silence isn't emptiness at all. Maybe it's the sound of space completing its own thought. As you drift deeper into sleep, imagine yourself floating toward that edge. You do not fall off, you fold inward. The stars curve around you, their light bending softly to follow invisible geodesics. The darkness hums with the geometry of rest. Every photon slows. Every vibration evens out. You are not leaving the universe. You are becoming it, becoming the curvature itself, a quiet part of its eternal rounding. The edge that isn't there is where everything touches. It is the meeting of beginning and end observer and observed motion and stillness. There, at the infinite curve, you find peace. You can rest now. The cosmos holds you in its unending fold. There is a kind of light that doesn't simply shine, it rests. It moves without moving, a geometry of calm woven through the fabric of space. This is the geometry of dreamlight, the way illumination bends and folds along the curvature of the universe itself. Every photon, every shimmer travels through the soft weave of space-time, obeying its invisible architecture. And though we see light as straight and swift, it is never truly straight, only locally so. Across the long arcs between galaxies, light follows the slowest possible descent, the path of least resistance, the natural curve of existence. It's okay to drift. In the quiet between stars, light is older than memory. The photons that touch your skin tonight left their galaxies more than 10 billion years ago. They have crossed filaments of dark matter threaded through cosmic voids hundreds of millions of light years wide, and slipped past clusters so massive that they bent the light into rings of eternity. These are Einstein rings, gravitational echoes that reveal the invisible structure of the cosmos. When space bends, light flows around that curve, painting the outlines of what cannot be seen, a cosmic fingerprint of mass itself. The universe does not hide its shape. It whispers it through the bending of light. You can rest now. Dreamlight is not only physical, it is metaphorical. It is the way thought bends when it moves through the vastness of understanding. Each idea, each quiet realization curves around the gravity of awareness. The geometry of thinking mirrors the geometry of space, and when your mind slows, it too expands, not outward but inward. The distances between thoughts lengthen. The space between words widens, and in that widening, you begin to feel the texture of silence. Somewhere, light continues to travel. The cosmic web, that grand structure of galaxies and voids, reveals the universe's deepest geometry. Galaxies are not scattered randomly. They form filaments that stretch for hundreds of millions of light years, interlaced with immense empty regions where almost nothing exists. It is a pattern of balance matter and emptiness dancing in a slow, eternal rhythm. Astronomers call these regions voids, vast spaces where there are fewer than one galaxy in every 100 million cubic light years. And yet, these voids are not barren. They are the breathing spaces of the cosmos, the intervals between its heartbeats. In every pattern, emptiness defines form. In every silence, sound finds meaning. And in every night, sky darkness gives light a place to belong. You can rest now. The geometry of dreamlight is not only written in the stars, it is etched into your own perception. Your eyes, like telescopes, bend light through curved lenses. Your brain reconstructs the world from these tiny signals of curvature and shadow. The shape of your awareness is built upon the same mathematics that governs galaxies. Your sense of space, your experience of depth and distance, your intuition that horizons are round. All are echoes of the universe's first equation. We are the geometry remembering itself. In quantum physics, light is both wave and particle. But deeper still, it is an interaction with the shape of space, a vibration through the geometry of being. In this view, what we call light is simply the way space expresses energy. The universe is not filled with light. The universe is light curved into form, slowed into matter, dreamed into awareness. When you breathe softly, the universe exhales through you. It's okay to drift. The cosmic expansion continues, not as an explosion, but as a gentle stretching of space itself. Every second, galaxies move farther apart at roughly 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec. That number, called the Hubble constant, is a measure of the universe's current tempo, its slow waltz of distance. And yet, this expansion is accelerating. Something unseen, something scientists call dark energy, pushes the universe outward, countering the pull of gravity. It acts like negative pressure, the opposite of collapse. In every cubic meter of space, dark energy contributes a whisper of repulsion. It is as if the universe breathes out more than it breathes in. You are part of that breath. You can rest now. The further light travels, the more it stretches. Its wavelength lengthens, turning bluer light into red. A cosmic redshift, the signature of expansion. Every galaxy carries this mark, its starlight softened by the motion of the universe itself. The night sky, therefore, is not static. It is moving, a slow river of light, flowing toward stillness. When you gaze upward, you are looking not at positions, but at moments. Each point of light is a memory in motion. You are witnessing geometry unfold in time. The shape of space is the shape of time stretched thin. Sometimes the human mind cannot hold these distances. Billions of light years, trillions of stars, expansions that never cease. These are scales beyond our measure. So perhaps the best way to understand the geometry of space is to close your eyes and feel its reflection within. The curve of your breath mirrors the curve of galaxies. The quiet between heartbeats mirrors the quiet between stars. The rise and fall of thought mirrors the rhythm of the universe, expanding and cooling. You are not in space. You are of it. It's okay to drift. Somewhere beyond the reach of telescopes, the cosmic horizon fades into the unknowable. No signal, no particle, no light can cross that boundary toward us. And yet there is no wall there, only distance, expanding faster than perception. It's possible that beyond that horizon lie other regions, other geometries, other symmetries of light and matter. But they are not apart from us. They are connected through the same origin, the same equation, the same moment of creation. When the Big Bang began, it began everywhere. Each particle, each fold, each photon emerged simultaneously. And so every horizon is just another part of yourself hidden behind time. You can rest now. As the universe expands, so does its story. The wavelengths of ancient light stretch the background, radiation cools, and the cosmos drifts toward quietness. In about 100 trillion years, the last stars will fade. In 10 to the power of 40 years, even black holes will evaporate. And in the unimaginable stillness, beyond only geometry, will remain the pure shape of space itself, without light, without mass, without motion. And yet, even then, the story does not end. The equations that describe space have no final line. They simply loop a circle within circles, curving forever towards stillness. The universe breathes through you. In the quiet of this night, you are part of that eternal geometry. Your pulse is the soft metronome of cosmic expansion. Your breath a reminder that even infinity moves gently. The stars above are ancient equations, still solving themselves in the darkness. The light that reaches you now was bent, delayed, and folded through uncountable ages, and yet it found you. Because that is the nature of light, to find, to touch, to rest. You are safe here. You can rest now. In the end, the geometry of dreamlight is a lullaby written in curvature. It begins with a spark flows through expansion and ends in calm symmetry. The same arc that defines the path of galaxies defines the slowing rhythm of your own awareness. The universe is vast, but its music is soft. Every wave of gravity, every stretch of space is a note in the long, slow song of rest. And as you drift through that song tonight, remember, light still travels. The universe breathes through you. You are home. You can rest now.